So thank you for joining me. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I know you from the community. You just seem very familiar. Like maybe we met each other on International Female Rights. Like I just feel like I know you.
Well, if I met you, it wouldn't have been in Winnipeg. It would have been in
Okay.
probably Calgary or Vancouver. So,
Okay, that's where you're based out of. You're based out of Vancouver now?
well, yes, just outside of Vancouver in a little place called Cultus Lake. About an hour and 10 minutes east of Vancouver, just outside of Chilliwack.
Sounds beautiful there, honestly.
It is.
Like I was saying, I was in Kelowna just in September, and man, do I want to move out west.
It's fantastic what you're doing for the community too. I think it's wonderful.
Thanks. Yeah, I love featuring women motorcycle riders, honestly, because I just love learning and discovering. There's so many different women rider associations that I've never even heard of before. You guys sounds like it's been around for a long time.
Not in Canada, so that's why. Basically, the organization has been around for 75 years. We just had a 75th anniversary rally, and it was started by Louise Sherbin, who is an American woman. We have 41 chapters around the world. And the Canadian chapter originally got started by Maria O'Reilly in 2019. Last year, I picked up where she left off and started to try to get the organization a little bit more engaged in WIMA and what it has to offer.
Well, so let's just start at the heart of it. What was the defining moment for you in your motorcycle journey when you knew that, motorcycling wasn't just a hobby, but a passion that would shape your life?
I didn't start riding until I was 44 years old, and I'm 55 now, so it hasn't been that long. I'd always been a two-wheel girl. My brother and my dad rode, but we didn't live together, so occasionally I'd go with them and I'd just ride their little dirt bikes down a gravel road, but I just never really did get into it. And then a friend of mine said to me, a buddy of mine can give us a discount on motorcycle classes. Do you want to go learn how to ride? And I was like, heck yes, let's do this. So there was about 6 of us, and we went and did this private motorcycle lesson, and I was stoked. I took the course in September, and I bought a bike pretty much as soon as the course was done. And I because I'm in BC, I rode it through the winter and everything, because it's like, oh, it's sunny, it's 3 degrees out, I'm going to get out on my bike, And so I just kept riding. And then I would say the defining moment where I knew I needed to do this in a more meaningful way was when I took part in the Women Riders World Relay in 2019. It started in Vancouver when it came through Canada. Met up with all these awesome women. We were getting ready to head out on the ride. We were police escorted out and going up the Coquihalla, which is like a famous kind of like crazy road that goes through the mountains here. Eventually, Larson Hill, I was towards the back, and all I could see was women going all the way up. And it was just like, it made my heart go, oh my God, this is so cool. What an experience. I was kind of crashed at work. I'd had some burnout. And so I was like, I'm going to go ride my motorcycle somewhere. I'm going to quit and go ride my motorcycle somewhere. Where can I join the WRWR next? And they were already down in Mexico, so South America was out. Africa was after that. So then I joined the WRWR and rode all the African legs event.
WRWR?
Women Riders World Relay. There was a baton going all the way around the world with just female riders.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was started by Haley Bell, and our Canadian leader for that organization was Maria O'Reilly, who, it was the original person who started WIMA Canada. So WIMA and the Women Riders World Relay are they're really tight. Like they work together a lot. They're great partners.
So you're the president of WIMA Canada?
That's right.
Okay, so taking on the role of president of WIMA Canada is obviously a big responsibility. What was it about the organization that made you say, you know what, this is what I need to do and become president and take over?
Well, I think it's the international sisterhood. Basically I got a really good taste of that doing the Women Riders World Relay. And I met all of these really cool, like-minded women from around the world. but I believe in the organization, and I recently started this like WIMA Open Road, WIMA Canada Open Road through my personal page just to get more interest in it, right? And so people could see actually the posts that were being done. Officially, we have about 90 members, but paid members, we only have about 5. I'd like to get more paid. $5.
Yeah. Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, and the money isn't for us. We have to pay an international fee every year, right? So just to be part of the organization, and it just covers the admin, the website, and the different things that we have to do. The real main difference is the international connection that we have for Women International. So we have 41 chapters, and every year there's an international rally, and it's one of the cheapest ways that you can go motorcycle traveling in another country and still have a sisterhood of people around you. 26th WIMA International Rally is in Estonia. 2027, it's in Italy. So in order to be able to attend those rallies, you need to be a WIMA member. Once people have attended a WIMA rally, they get it, and it's just like, oh, this is so worth paying $5, a year for. It's just, you meet women from all over the world, and the next rally you go to, you meet them again, and then you ride with them. Like, I've ridden with women from all over the world in Australia. I've ridden with women from all over the world in Maine, and it's just a really amazing international sisterhood, and it's cool. It's really great.
So what does a woman experience when she becomes a member of WIMA Canada? So you talked about the doors that open. You can meet women from around the world. You can attend those rallies. But just starting from the beginning, what can we expect if I'm a new member?
Right now, I'm also looking for volunteers because I've pretty much been doing everything on my own. So the more people that we have engaged, the more things we can do for people. Last weekend, put out a newsletter. And what I want to do in the winter time, to try to keep people, get things going, is put on some travel presentations. WIMA Winter Wanderlust, rally, basically get-togethers. So, people can put those on at a pub. Like, usually pubs will be happy to put something together, or at a local dealership or a shop. Basically, all we need is, it's like a PMS rally, a parked motorcycle syndrome rally, right? To keep us going in the winter.
Every leader has a vision. Beyond the day-to-day, what is your dream you have for the women in WIMA Canada community? What do you hope they find when they join? Just,
I want to unite those like-minded women. There's all kinds. I would like to be able to organize some rides and stuff, but really, I would love to see Canadian women at these international rallies, and that would be just incredible. At the international 75th anniversary rally that we had in Maine, there was 5 of us women from Canada there. And so that's a good start, That was pretty exciting for me. I mean, I would love to get like a whole group of us together in Italy. Italy 2027, let's do it, people. Once those relationships are established at one of those international rallies, and they're, 7-day rallies, 6 nights, 7 days usually, so there's enough time to connect with everybody. And usually the prices are between $500 and $600, including a couple of meals and the event, right? So because we usually stay at like a camp that's like got bunk houses. It does have some single rooms or shared rooms, and then also people can rent an Airbnb if they're not into the bunk house style. But it's nice to just stay at the venue, because then you really do connect with more people, right?
So how do you bring your bikes? Or do you rent bikes? Or how does that work?
Yeah, okay. I was lucky when I went to Australia. I kindly had someone lend me a bike. When I went to the 75th anniversary rally in Maine, I actually flew to New Brunswick and rented a bike in New Brunswick, and then rode down to Maine. And then when that rally was over, I rode back up to Canada and explored New Brunswick, PEI, and the Cabot Trail.
East Coast is really gorgeous. I can't imagine what it's like riding on a bike.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Sometimes people will team up and rent cars and then they can still go for car rides. They're still hanging out with motorcycle people, you know. Every rally I've been to also has a bus, like a 14-seater or a 20-seater bus. So it's as much about seeing the places and riding in those places. It's also about connecting. And even if you go to these rallies and you want to go ride in Japan or you want to go ride in Vietnam, chances are you're going to make friends at one of these rallies from those countries that you can connect with when you're there. So
that is so cool. I am wearing a t-shirt from Wiro Moto. Same thing. You meet women from all around the world, and I can go meet them now and ride together. I have friends all across the States now and even in Germany. So I think WIMA would only add to that. And I understand the camaraderie that you get with a group of women all together. So you guys get together at these rallies and then you also sightsee and tour, or it's just like you do what you feel like doing and who you want to connect with. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, pretty much. So the ones that I've been to, they have some organized rides, but they also have just route maps. So people who live in those areas will create good riding routes from the location that we're at. So like, for example, in Australia, there was, I don't know, like 8 different rides that you could do. I went riding with the whole group or whatever. And then one day, 3 of us went zooming off on our own and we rode down to the 12 Apostles on the South Coast. And, you know, we were able to take a bit of a zippier clip than when you're with a big group kind of thing. So you're completely free to do what you want, but there's so many things to do that you're always going to be connecting with, you know, other people from the rally. There's always presentations, like the international rally. Man, there was some incredible women there. Louisa Swindon, she wrote a book called The Stoic Rider. But just like women who have done incredible things and written books about it, giving presentations. Linda Bick, who is in her 70s now, turning 80 next year, but has, you know, rode her motorcycle all around the world when she was younger, in the days before GPS. And the women that you meet at these events are so inspiring. Just really cool people. Really, I'm doing it, you know, out of my heart because I just love this organization so much. And while it's put another element on my plate that sometimes can be a little overwhelming, I still want to do it because it's just such a wonderful organization, very friendly organization, and helps promote women riders. And I mean, actually, one of our new organizations is in Iran. So that's a place where notoriously women have not even been allowed to drive. We've got a group of women there that will go out and do pop-up rides and hope they don't get caught and do this kind of thing. And they're also advocating for freedom of women riders and drivers, being involved in something that is not just fun, but important. It's an important part of women's rights around the world, women's organizations around the world. I feel privileged to be a part of this organization.
We're so blessed that we have no fear of going out and doing what we want. We can start businesses, we can ride motorcycles freely, and we forget that there's some women in the world who can't do it.
Yeah.
Because their basic rights are not there. So thank you for sharing that. So many women are intrigued by motorcycling, but are held back by fear, not because they have no rights to do it, but just because of they're fearing the machine or the road, or they're fearing of not fitting in. What is your message to that woman? And what does WIMA do to help her through it?
A message to that woman is to just give it a try. You know, if, you know, basically it's like learning a new instrument. Practice makes perfect. Learn a little bit more every time, you know, you'll get more confident every time you ride. Take a course and then take another course and then another course. And the more you learn, the more confidence you're going to get.
Everything is hard before it's easy.
Yeah, and it takes practice. Like, it can be intimidating, and then you go do it, and it's thrilling and exhilarating, and then you're just going to get better and better all the time. Be scared. Give it a try. And it may even, you know, give it a try, and if maybe it's not for you, it's not for you. There's no pressure about that. But 99% of the women that I know that give it a try end up falling in love with it, so.
Does WIMA foster mentorship? how does a new rider find her guide, or even an experienced rider? Can she just join in and she'll find her tribe within WIMA pretty easily?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say that more of our riders tend to be experienced riders, and newer riders are welcome in WIMA. But I would say that most of the women that are drawn to it have been riding for a while because they're ready to be riding internationally. Everybody's welcome, absolutely. New riders, we will encourage everybody who wants to ride. It's not the kind of like everyday group necessarily, but it is a group where every day you have a sister somewhere if you want to go to that place. I hope to inspire other women to travel. I've done a lot of traveling in my life, and then when I started doing it by motorcycle, it was like a whole other ball game, and I was like, oh my God, we need to get women into motorcycle travel. This is the coolest thing. I hope that I can inspire more people to get on bikes that they aren't familiar with, rental bikes or whatever, or just get on their own bike and do some solo travel or meet up with riding sisters around the world. It's so exhilarating and so confidence building and so heartwarming at the same time.
You're already inspirational. You're already doing it, Sue. So thank you for bringing WIMA to Canada. And to every woman watching who feels that pull, that curiosity, but the wind in her face and that community behind her back, what is your final heartfelt call to action or invitation to them today?
Just come and join us, see what it's all about. If it interests you, join up, send in your membership, $5, and consider coming to one of our international rallies. I would love to try to get a big group together for Italy, so I'm trying to rally the troops here. One more thing, actually, if anyone's not heard of it, there's a group called Horizons Unlimited. They have an international travelers meeting in British Columbia every summer. And it's called Can West. And I've gone many times. I've done presentations about riding in Africa and Mexico and different things there. We're having a meetup, a WIMA Canada meetup at Can West this year in July. I can go to the WIMA World website, wimaworld.com, and there is a page for Canada there. I would recommend joining the WIMA Canada Open Road Collective is what it's called. It's a Facebook group, WIMA Canada Open Road Collective. And that's for WIMA Canada members and guests who are interested and curious. We post there regularly. It's just new. It just started last week. The newsletter's there if you want more information on the rallies and this kind of thing.
Thank you so much, Sue, for your time. I think you're incredibly inspiring. You make me want to quit my job and travel around the world on my motorcycle now.
Thing happens on your bike, so you need a hand with something, or you get a flat, like you've always got a network of people around the world who you can reach out to, and it's a network of sisterhood that is a real thing. It gives people the opportunity to feel safer when they travel around the world.
Thank you for sharing about WIMA Canada. I'm so glad we have it started here. And yeah, thank you again for the newsletter too. Great newsletter. I loved reading about it. And yeah, thanks for your time, Sue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And wonderful to meet you face to face.
Like I said, I feel like I know you, and I hope we can travel together one day soon.
Yeah, well, come to BC this summer if you can. Bring a group of Winnipeg ladies.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, perfect.